Hi everyone, welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name is Gabi, Charlotte's behind the camera, and this is the 2024 Kia Carnival SX. Today we're taking it on the road and showcasing some of our favorite things that are included in this vehicle. So starting off with what's under the hood. We're not going to pop it today because we're on a time crunch and there's lots of cars driving through here, but I'll tell you what's under here. We have a 3.5 liter V6 GDI engine with a horsepower output of 291 and torque of 262 pound-feet. We also have an 8-speed automatic transmission and 3,500 pounds of towing capacity. Moving on to these sides, we get these beautiful 19-inch black alloy wheels with some black accents along our mirrors. Our headlight system is full LED, both for, of course, the headlights, like I mentioned, the fog lights, and the tail lights. Even the interior lights are LED in the Kia Carnival, meaning you get very, very bright lights and you're able to see everything, especially if your kids may have dropped something between the seats. Now, moving on to the back, I'll quickly take off my dealer plate. We have a power liftgate as well as power sliding doors offering abundance of space and ease of access for your cargo areas. Right now we have our third row folded up, but you can see we have a ton of space down below for things like your summer mats, which have not yet been installed by our dealership. We'll close this up. Woo! And I think we should get into our test drive. Hello everyone. Welcome to the inside of the 2024 Carnival SX. I'm going to be driving first today, and honestly, what a beautiful road to be driving on. This is Brantford in early fall, so not too windy, not too cold, and just the beautiful leaves changing colors. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for the drive, right? I'm going to tell you all about it. So immediately when you're in the Carnival SX, you're greeted with a lot of tech and safety features. I'll have Charlotte quickly pan over the front dash, and you can see we have these huge 12.3-inch displays. So we have our digital display, of course, which is going to give me all of my driving information, my distance to empty, as well as my current reading, which is very fantastic. And I'm about to make a right turn. You can see that my turn signal does have a live camera feed showcasing exactly what's going on in my blind spots as it's happening. So making turns is a breeze. You still should check your blind spots though, absolutely. But on top of that, this is also great for if you're driving on the highway or in the city and just merging lanes. It's great peace of mind, and then your vehicle will beep at you to let you know if there is a potential risk of a blind spot collision or, of course, a vehicle in your blind spot. Love that feature. Let's talk about some more though. So on my steering wheel, we have a bunch of buttons on the right side here. I already know them off by heart, so don't worry, my eyes are on the road. Up on the top right corner, we have our button to turn on our cruise control. So it's a smart cruise control system in the Carnival SX. This means it knows the speed limit of the highway that you're on. It knows when there's curves of the road, and it'll automatically adapt to set conditions. Now you can also use this in the city. It won't have the highway portion of it, of course, but still works fantastic. Underneath that, you can set your speed manually. And then below that, you can set your following distance. So Kia gives you 4 different presets from closest to furthest. If you hit stop and go traffic, or the vehicle ahead of you stops at a red light or a stop sign, you best believe your Carnival is also coming to a complete halt, which is what we're doing right now. All right, we'll look both ways, signal my turn, then make our right. And again, you can see we have our blind spot camera pop up. I love that feature so much. Seriously, so great. Now, while we're still on the topic of what's on the steering wheel, just to the left of our distance for our cruise control, we have this button that looks like a steering wheel. And that is going to turn on your lane follow assist, which means my vehicle will actively see changes in the road ahead of me by reading the lane markers and will adjust to said changes. If there is a slight curve in the road, everything except pretty much a full left or right turn, it's going to actively take that curve, take that turn for me. It's a really great feature. As you can tell right now, the road's pretty straight, so probably not the best time to showcase it to you guys, but I promise I'll include a clip once we're on a road with some curves. So here's a curve right now. I'm gonna gently take my hands off the wheel, and you'll see my car is staying right where it's supposed to be. So right in the center of the lane, actively steers for me. It's fantastic, very smooth. I highly recommend trying it on a test drive of your own.
All right, so while we are stopped here, we're gonna show a little bit about what you get that's Carnival exclusive on your main screen. Well, not Carnival exclusive, but some things that are really come in handy when you're driving this vehicle. So the items that we want to talk about today are going to be passenger talk, your passenger view, quiet mode as well. So quiet mode, we've talked about that a ton. When you press that button, We'll show it here. What it does is it's going to dampen the volume for the speakers in the rear. That way if you have kids or adults or anyone who's sleeping or just needs it to be a little bit quieter, you can very quickly dampen the noise for them. And now the next thing we're going to talk about is both of them kind of work in conjunction with each other, passenger talk and passenger view. So let's get that loaded. Oh, who's that in the back seat? Oh, I'm so glad I have this passenger view. That way I can keep an eye on my children. So as you can see, we're taking advantage of this shady spot that we are in because this camera, it's actually in nighttime mode right now, meaning that even if it's dark, you're still going to be able to get a full vantage point of what's going on in the back. And once we are driving, we'll show you guys what it looks like in daytime as well, and also that you can use it while you're driving. And then of course you have passenger talk, which if you hit this button, Gabby is going to hear me nice and clear in the second row, and then also in the third row. If there's anyone back there, they would be able to hear me nice and clear. So get a last look at this awesome passenger view.
This terrifying view.
And now I think we should talk about those pretty cool seats that she's sitting in.
So, your average minivan doesn't allow you to relax like this, and that's because the Carnival SX is our only vehicle to offer VIP lounge chairs in the second row. So these seats recline to the zero gravity level, perfect for taking a snooze. With just the touch of a button. On top of that, you do get this functional sunroof. So the only thing that's manual about this is the cover. The glass itself is power opening. It's very rare to have a vehicle with two sunroofs where both of them are functional. So this entire panel opens to reveal your beautiful view. We're not going to open it today. Actually, we might, but not for long because it's fall and the leaves are falling. So again, like I mentioned, these seats are very comfortable, zero gravity, lots of fun, and of course powered, so you don't have to fiddle with any manual controls to return it to its original position. My only complaint is that they take a little longer to go back to normal, but with the relaxation you get, that's no problem. On top of that, these seats are also heated and ventilated. I'm going to grab the camera from Charlotte real quick to show you those controls. So right on our door here, you can quickly select your amount of either ventilation or heat for your reclined seat. Go.
So let's talk about comfort in this car. So right off the bat, the seats are super comfortable, and I'm almost surprised because, you know, sometimes you sit in a seat and if you know you're going to be driving for a while, you're like, okay, better prepare myself. These ones are incredibly comfortable. They're very adjustable. I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-way power adjustable for your drivers. So you're getting lumbar support. You're going to have it so your feet are comfortably reaching the pedals. You're going to be able to comfortably recline as well. And the benefit of these seats is they're heated and ventilated for the driver and passenger as well, which is incredible because right now it's October for us and it's literally 30 degrees Celsius outside. It is so ridiculously hot for no reason.
See if I can zoom in on the... See, 28 degrees over there.
It's ridiculous. So definitely going to need some ventilated seats, where if it was literally any other October, I would
be using the heated
seats. I'm gonna go this way. I think I can. Come get lost with us on the Kia channel. What else is there to talk about? The steering wheel, it's also leather wrapped. It's heated for your comfort as well. I love a heated steering wheel, especially in the morning, because we're also, even though it's 28 degrees today, we're in that season where it's very cool in the morning and it heats up quite crazy. Oh, fun, Halloween. Halloween. Gabby already mentioned how we have all of our driving controls on the right hand of the steering wheel, but I'll talk about some of the convenience features that we have on the left hand. So first of all, if your phone is not set up, if it's not hooked up through CarPlay, you can use this as a virtual assistant. And not only can you tell it commands, you know, like change the radio stations, you can also use it on driving features. You can tell it to turn down your seat heater or turn it on or adjust climate control. So I think that that is something that is really interesting and a lot of people don't necessarily know about. You also have the option to quickly cycle through different media modes. Of course, you have your volume and toggles, and then also you have the capacity to set a favorites button, and you can do that no matter, depending on what feature it is that you would like and would best utilize.
All right, and as a passenger, I'm absolutely loving being in the Carnival. I want to ask Charlotte, as a driver, what's the driving experience like? We're at a green
light now.
So what's the pickup like from a stop? Is it sluggish? Does it feel heavy to move?
It does not feel heavy at all. I think that can be another huge misconception when it comes to having a van, is that they don't accelerate well. You know, there's virtually no power, virtually no pickup. But this vehicle, it's very easy to drive. It's easy to come out of a dead stop and go. You know, we just accelerated to a little over 80 kilometers an hour from that stoplight. So it's incredibly easy to drive. It does not feel like I'm driving a giant van. It feels a lot more like driving my Sportage, very easy. I'm not really too concerned about the space that it takes up in the road.
So I actually love that, and I love that you mentioned that it drives like your Sportage, because when a lot of people look at the Carnival, it looks like an SUV more than a minivan, no?
Oh yeah, especially when it comes to, you know, people talking about the Carnival and that, which is why it really is a vehicle for everyone. I know the bulk of, like I said, our consumers are going to be people who do have young kids, but we've had multiple business owners buy this van for the space, but also for the ease and drivability.
I think it's a vehicle of ours that doesn't have any compromise really. So it's really nice to have all the tech and safety features. You want the premium sound system, the VIP lounging seats, but at the end of the day, you don't have to feel bad about driving a minivan. You know what I mean?
It's a sweet vehicle.
It's a sweet ride.
I always said, I'm never going to be one of those moms who drives a minivan, but this is the car that if I do buy a minivan, it's going to be this one. Like, this is the compromising vehicle for me.
Because we're now back in the city, I think it's a great time to showcase what parking is like. So we're going to get away from the road, because that would not be ideal. We'll probably do that at our dealership just because there's lots of parking options there, and showcase how easy or maybe how difficult it is to park a vehicle of this size. We'll see ya there. Alright, so we're parked right now, not in a real spot, but nonetheless we're parked. And our 360 camera, it's triggered, it's showing us everything from the top-down view and then also what is in our rear view area. Now, a cool thing about the Carnival is you have sensors all throughout. So when I get out of this vehicle and stand in front of the vehicle, if Charlotte puts the vehicle into drive, it's going to beep at her, show her the front camera, and let her know not to go. So I'm going to give the camera over to Charlotte.
Perfect.
As she tries to hit me with the car. Sacrifices were made.
Here, 360. You can also see our front camera, and look at who that is. That's Gabi right there. So she has triggered these sensors. Perfect. So we can put that back in the park. We know we're not going to hit her. And then it brings us back to our Apple CarPlay screen. Now, we just saw that 360 camera in action, so we are going to go and put it to the test, and we're actually going to go and park this vehicle. All right, so I'm going to hit my cameras, and we're going to do something high stakes, and we're going to go and back it in right beside the 911, because if we hit it, that's obviously a problem. Now, the benefit of parking and showing you guys this test at the dealership is that these spots are actually, they are smaller than what you're going to find at the parking lot. Obviously, this is not a great park job, so we're going to go and correct it. Obviously, it's just because I want to show you guys how sweet these cameras are. So you can see we're still using our rear view camera full screen there. Now that it's in reverse, 360, our dynamic guidelines, and then you can see us nice and easy reverse into our spot. And hopefully you can see how easy it was to maneuver this vehicle and park it into place. Once it's in park, it's going to bring you back to your just regular screen.
All right, let's go check the parking. All right, parking reveal. I love the sliding doors. We'll get out. See? Good amount of space. Good amount of space. And I'm sure the owner will appreciate good amount of space. All right, guys, so that sums up our test drive of the 2024 Kia Carnival SX. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. In the meantime, I'm probably going to take a nap in these beautiful VIP lounging seats. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you want to see in the future. We'll do it for you.